Yeah?
Yeah.
So hamstrings. So I'm going to stabilize above and below, and I'm going to ask you to hold this position. Again, we're going to use the same kind of protocol as we would for active resisted, in that you're going to build up a contraction over 5 seconds and relax over 5 seconds to avoid spasm, potentially like throwing me across the room, etc. So ready? Yep. Don't let me move you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5. Any pain?
No.
I'm now going to favor semitendinosus and semimembranosus by doing some internal rotation. Hold there. Yep. And just pushing into extension. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5. Any pain?
No.
I'm now going to favor biceps femoris by moving into external rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's weak.
A little bit, yeah. So again, we would document that on our Oxford Manual Muscle Testing Scale.
What numbers would you give them, just so that there's an example for the 4?
Yeah, I would do like sub-maximal resistance. So not complete.
But like for Oxford scale, would you give the group of hamstrings a 5?
Yeah, but after I've tested them individually, then I know that the weakness is coming from biceps femoris, so I'd probably just grade that.
As like a 4-
Yeah.
or something?
We
Okay,
can give the
do you
whole
guys
scale.
know what we're talking about?
Weren't we
No.
tested on it in the
Okay.
first 2
This
weeks?
is why I was
Was it in the
This was-
test that we did the first 2
I think
weeks?
so.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
So
One is
we're
like-
trying to establish a pain scale for this?
It's not
No,
a
no,
pain
no.
scale, it's the
Strength.
ability of the muscle.
Strength, able to hold up gravity.
Against gravity,
Oh,
maximal
okay.
resistance, less than maximal
I see,
resistance,
I see.
without any resistance, but not with, you know,
Yonks ago.
Would
force.
you give that just to the bicep, or would you do the
You
whole?
have to test everything else first.
No, the
I mean,
scale.
I could say medial hamstrings 5, lateral hamstring 4.
Okay.
High seated?
And so, okay, sorry, you do that movement in neutral and then internal, external, or external, internal, doesn't really matter?
Okay, so high seated, we're gonna do quads. So basically it says with the leg almost fully extended, so hold there. I'm going to try to push down. What I'm looking for is not just the ability of her to hold her leg in this position, but when people try to recruit rectus femoris, they'll go into a tripod position. So they'll lean back so that it's not so like actively insufficient at that joint. Tell me if, can you set that down? Tell me if it's easier to do this when you're sitting upright or if you're leaning back.
I don't even know.
Good one.
Like for me, it's like this is good. Like I have a lot more.
Yeah,
strength.
you do have a lot of strength in your quads,
Yeah.
obviously.
It should be when you're
Yeah, but
leaning
this
back.
one I'm like I don't know.
When you're leaning back, it should be a little bit easier because now you're recruiting more rectus femoris, which is kind of like the strongest of the group. Sorry. That's the theory of it anyways. Internal rotation and external rotation. So we kind of did that with the medial hamstrings and the lateral hamstring. For Popliteus, actually I'll do Sartorius first. Can you line your back? What does Sartorius do? Basically this.
Everything
Hold
is
this.
shitty.
Hold this. She can hold against gravity. So all I'm gonna do is try to straighten her leg back into a neutral position like this.
Oh,
Okay, so hold there. Don't let me move you.
Oh, don't. Sorry. So bad.
Are you letting me?
I'm weak.
It's not too bad though, when you're actually trying.
Okay.
What was the other one? Oh, Popliteus. So to test Popliteus specifically, again, high seated, so with your legs dangling off, it is suggested that you start from an externally rotated position and ask the patient to internally rotate. So go ahead. How does that feel?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
The idea of starting from the externally rotated position is to kind of lengthen the medial hamstring so you're not getting, like they have a lot more, you have more ability to make them passively or actively insufficient as opposed to something with a short lever like Popliteus. Doing a bit of external rotation isn't going to affect it that much, but it will affect the medial hamstring, so you're kind of isolating Popliteus by doing that position. Go ahead, again, internally rotate. Great.
Sorry, are you resisting them with like 20%, 30%?
It's submaximal, like, so for muscle tests, like, I'm building up a contraction towards 80%.
Because Ivan's
Unless
80%
it's-
and my 80% is different.
Sure. So it's kind of like a bit of a sliding scale. When it gets to the neck, you're only ever gonna use 10%.
Okay.
Because they're smaller muscles, right?
Yeah.
But big muscle groups, you wanna do just
It's
submaximal.
so easy to kink a neck.
Yeah. Kink a neck.
Kink a neck.
You've taught you well. So like a spasm.
And those the
Yeah.
Layman's terms.
Okay, try those quickly.